Yeah. G'day, you beautiful bastards, and welcome to 2C3 Pod's weekly YouTube review segment. My name is Mitchell, along with
Dilbo!
And what do we call this here very YouTube review segment, Dylan?
We call this YouTube review segment Two's Company, Three's a Podcast, 2C3 Pod, DTCR does the cinema.
That is correct, and along with that incredible catchy title comes some incredible catchy theme music. Whack that button. What do I even say?
I was waiting.
Coming at you fresh, coming from afar, it's 2C3 Pod DTCR. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for 2C3 Pod DTCR does the cinema. Now, we have a weekly film, TV, and gaming podcast. All links are down below. Oh, of course they are. And in that podcast, we have a segment entitled Yassel Pass Excited or Blah. That is correct. And in that segment, we pick a film that we are going to review in cinemas for you here, our lovely YouTube audience. But stop right there! Stop! Do not forget to whack that subscribe button and ring that bell, okay? Make sure to like the video and leave all the comments down below because we love you, okay? It's got to get some self-promotion in
That's
there.
right.
But anyway, so in
Yes.
that segment, we pick a film. And what film did we pick this week, Dylan?
So this week, we got to pick two different films because last week, if anybody saw our last YouTube review, it was a review for the film called Happiest Season, one of the latest Christmas film to hit the cinematic slate, which you got the chance to see last week.
That's right.
Which I decided I was going to see this week because I missed it. So my short review will be about Happiest Season. But
Absolutely.
from the segment from Yassel Pass, what did you elect to see this week?
I chose to see, and it was a pleasure, I got to see Words on Bathroom Walls, one that we
Absolutely.
reviewed for Trailer Park many moons ago. Now,
Excellent.
did you want to just slap into Happiest Season, or do you want me to get into it
I'll
first?
tackle mine first because
Okay.
mine's going to be nice and short and sweet. So
Easy peasy.
essentially, Happiest
Like my
Season,
dick.
the latest romantic comedy drama film set around the season of Christmas, starring Kristen Stewart, Mackenzie Davis, Dan Levy, and a bunch of other A-listers as well. Everybody did the perfect roles, like for their particular casting choices, essentially. I
Absolutely.
think, except vice versa is what I was meant to do that. Anyway, if you want to see our full review, essentially, and everything I want to say about this film, go check out last week's review from Mitchell because I basically agree with everything he said. This was
Yeah.
one I was very much looking forward to, and everybody's like comedic elements like really hit their like timing really well. I think the drama was beautiful. Everybody did an
Yeah.
exceptional performance with portraying the characters they had to, especially in this particular situation. And special shout out to Alison Brie,
Yes.
who I only know her from the few episodes of Community, the few seasons of Community. I know I've only seen like 2.5 seasons, but she was great in that, and she
Seasons
played
in a
it.
movie.
She almost played the villain in this film.
Yeah, that's right,
essentially,
yeah.
up until the end,
Absolutely.
where there is a big heartwarming resolution, which is an
that's right.
amazing payoff towards the end of the film, and it really makes
yeah.
everything, all the dramas and the comedic elements of the film leading up to that ending, really feel so much more worthwhile.
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
as you would expect with films like these that have these family dramas about meeting the family and how they're portrayed. Like, I was expecting this to be more of a comedy.
Yeah.
But this is very Kristen Stewart driven drama.
Oh, yeah.
So the film is basically from her perspective of she's in a lesbian relationship and they go to Mackenzie Davis's character, who is the lesbian, the girlfriend
Yes.
in this situation of Kristen Stewart's character. They go to her family for Christmas after being invited on a whim, essentially.
Yes. Yeah.
And basically being told that she's like
She's a dirty little secret.
the orphan roommate the entire time, and she has to hide this
That's
secret.
right. Yeah.
And it sort of builds to the point where, why is she hiding this? I don't want to be with somebody who's not ready to come out of the closet, essentially.
Exactly.
And it all sort of comes in together, and there's this big reveal, and it's all happy-go-lucky. You expect it to end that way.
Yeah.
And it absolutely does. But everybody in this film, I think the only one who really doesn't set the bar as high as I
screen
think
on
they
fire.
could. In terms of their acting ability, I
Yeah.
think they were given too little, is Aubrey Plaza.
Okay.
She kind of plays a character in this film that Kristen Stewart's character relates to the most, but she's only sprinkled in really when the plot needs her to be, and she doesn't say a great deal.
No, that's right.
Aubrey Plaza, as an actress, is really good at conveying the scene with her
facials are nuts.
Yeah, her facial expressions and her bodily functions and things
Yeah.
like that. She's really good at that, and I feel that this film kind of didn't really need her to do any of that. She was just there to convey a bit of dialogue.
Yeah.
But in saying that,
Bodily functions. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think of the
immediately,
word.
I'm like, what? So she pissed herself and it worked well? Like,
not bodily
no,
fluids.
Yeah, no.
No, but
body
like,
language.
Body language is the word I'm thinking of. Yeah,
Come on.
it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
hot in here. We're tired. We haven't had our Red Bulls yet. But yeah, in saying that, I think
Yeah.
everybody in this film did a tremendous job. It's not your straight up rip roaring comedy like you would expect it to, but there are moments like that.
Oh no, I laughed as much as I felt.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, and Dan Levy in this too. He plays a small part, but
you get what I mean about him though being one of the funniest points of the film. But then when he needs to turn it on in that scene,
man,
you fucking.
I want to see him in more stuff. More films,
absolutely.
He was
Absolutely.
Dan Levy is the son of Eugene Levy, who you'd know from American Pie.
Exactly,
looks
that's
exactly like him. It's fantastic.
I
But
said it last week. I want to say it again. We'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
yeah, and he could play that again. Almost.
Oh fuck yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But in saying that moment where you say he turns it on,
Oh,
I was like.
I know, exactly, right?
Really.
Do you understand what I mean, though, about there being 6 potential endings, and you think it's like, oh no, oh no, oh yes, oh no, like about 6 times in the space of like 15 minutes, and then finally you get the, okay.
It all sort of settles in the end. Yeah,
but there's
absolutely.
multiple times where I'm like, no, you fucking idiot, shut up! Like,
Yeah, absolutely. But not only that, too. There's 3 sisters, and there's one that's kind of like the litter of the litter of the runt of the litter.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm really on it today.
Red Bull.
Yeah, the runt of the litter who ends up having like this really. They all have this heartwarming moment of exception and realization and expression of their feelings, and hers I think is one of the best.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
As you said, she was kind of annoying, but you get why.
Oh
It's like,
no,
she was my favorite.
No, she was fucking hilarious the whole time. Like, as in, I enjoyed every second she was on screen, and then when you get that reveal at the end, it's like, oh wow, that's awesome, and then like immediately flips back, and it's like, you're funny.
Absolutely. But Happiest Season is a fantastic movie.
Good.
I was looking forward to it, and it lived up to my expectations. Exceeded a few here and there, so absolutely a good time all around. So Mitchell. Take it away.
No worries. Well, I've got about a minute to tell you about a new review. No, but Words on Bathroom Wall is the film that I got to see. Directed by Thor. I'm going to fuck this up. Freudenthal. Okay, exactly. I know it is. That's right. From the book by Julia Walton, adapted by Nick Nevada, starring Charlie Plummer, Andy Garcia, Taylor Russell, Anna Sophia Robb, and Beth Grant. This film is essentially a dramatic teen love story, but there's a twist, is that Charlie Plummer's character, named Adam, he has severe schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Severe schizophrenia where he's not just hearing voices, he's seeing personalities, he's seeing people. And the great thing about this, what you see some in the trailer and you see the personalities.
I remember the trailer, yeah.
There is 3 that he only sees.
Okay.
And they are fantastic. There's Joaquin, the bodyguard, and Rebecca. Those
and they
kind
of guide him through life, don't they? In a sense?
Exactly. You've got Rebecca, and she's like a yoga, like a hippie, like as in it's all good, you know, like it's to do this, you know. Then you've got Joaquin, who is essentially he is the horny pervert in his brain, who always wears one of those silk bathrobes, has the shirt open, and he's like, you know, you can see a nipple across the street through the like, you know, and he's just
the
always
devil on the shoulder,
always in the ear about like as in, come on, just take that, do it, do that, you know, like. It's fantastic. And then you've got the bodyguard. That's all he's known as. And he is just this like a Mexican-American looking thug guy with a constant cigar in his mouth and a baseball bat. Okay. And he's just there to protect him. And basically wants to bash in anybody's head unless like he screams at him to stop. You know, and that's schizophrenia. And anyway, it's about his struggle of being kicked out of a school because of an incident involving burning that kid's arm that you see in the trailer. So he goes to a private school, and that's where he runs into Maya, who is incredibly smart, incredibly talented, and she gets hired as his tutor. But she's also from a rough background, and she sells like homework and shit in the bathrooms on the down low and stuff. And she's got a lot of her own shit going on in that. But they form this connection. But he's trialing a new medication and all of this kind of stuff. And the story's really, really good. And then it takes a turn, and the turn involves family more so than teen love. It ends with teen love, but there's this family turn that like you kind of see coming, but then when it hits you, and then you get the reveal at the end, your boy bawled like a bitch in the theaters when that came out, because we also have I did mention Beth Grant, but also there is of course Walton Goggins, and he's fucking fantastic. Andy Garcia's in there for like little key moments as a priest, a father, like taking confessions at the Catholic school and stuff like that. He's fantastic in his brief moments, but Walton Goggins is fantastic. But Charlie Plummer, this young actor, he is amazing. He's fantastic portraying this role. Everything about this film is exactly what you expect. So if you don't like teen dramas, teen romance, you're not going to enjoy this film. Full stop, okay? I'm just saying that right there. I enjoy a good film. I don't care about the genre. I enjoy a good film. Yeah. This is a good film. Excellent. And its genre, it nails it. Knocks it out of the park.
Absolutely.
Made me cry like a bitch. Everything's on point. So, Words on Bathroom Walls, if you're in the mood for a little bit of emotion, a little bit of teen angst, kind of, but also with a very, very well portrayed, I imagine, I don't have any personal experience with it, but a very well portrayed version of schizophrenia. It is nuts. It's really good at seeing the struggles that this their children go through.
Would you consider this a chick flick or no?
No.
Okay,
No. To me, it's a very driven by Charlie Plummer more so than like Love. It's driven by him and his journey, his
experience.
schizophrenia.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. It's driven by that more so than the Love.
Yeah,
and
so
that's what I mean.
Don't be turned off. I mean, a lot of people out there are turned off by the idea of something being a love drama, chick flick style.
Yeah.
But when those genres, those films that have those elements portrayed in it, like Happiest Season, for example, really hit the nail on the head, it's not about the genre, it's about the film itself and whether it's good or not.
Yeah.
And in this case, you're saying this one hits the nail on the head.
No, that's
really
exactly
good.
right. And like I said, I genuinely feel like this one definitely follows his struggles more so than a love story.
Yeah,
okay,
cool.
so it's definitely more a film about schizophrenia or awareness almost than it is about love.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a great film.
Great film.
So
Excellent.
yeah,
Good
if it's
stuff.
in cinemas near you or it's on an on-demand service, if you're overseas, check it out if you want. It's good.
Beautiful.
All right, let us know what you think.
Excellent. Well, there's two good films in this double review,
Yes,
as you
there
would have
is.
noticed in the thumbnail and title of the episode.
Oh, spoilers.
Absolutely. But you can certainly check out all of our podcast content as well at the links down below, but social media as well. Make sure you hit those like and follow buttons and all of that jazz over at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search 2C3Pod.
That's exactly right. And as you said, there are the links below. But of course, any podcast platform, just search 2C3Pod and you will find us. But not only that, where do we stream our podcast live every week?
That's right. We stream our podcast reviewing these things live. Not reviewing these things. We talk about everything
Doesn't matter.
else.
Doesn't matter. Roll
Rolling
with it.
through
Roll with it.
live. I'm going to cut this bit and cut from here. Live on twitch.tv/2...
Sorry. I'm going to cut this bit.
Live over on... Let's say Facebook.
But not only that, we do record our podcasts live. And where do
That's
we record
right.
those podcasts?
We record our podcast.
Leave it all in. We record our podcast live over at twitch.tv/2C3Pod. Just
Yes.
like where you can find the podcast anywhere. But we have a cliche slogan, of course.
Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course, YouTube. Big Summer Blowout. Absolutely. If you want to support us, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, all of that jazz. We'll see you in the next video. Join us on our podcasts when we are live, post and pre-show content as well. All of that jazz. My name is Dylan, and as always with my co-host,
Mitchell. And do not forget, we are Two's Company, and you are the Twitch.
podcast.
Fuck!
You
You didn't do your clap.
I went to push the button for music. It doesn't happen anymore.